Hello, everybody. We are thrilled to share time with you. And we have Peter's going to be doing a demo, but I just wanted to get on and say thank you. Thank you for taking time to get to know all these platforms, to get to know what you need to do to serve your community. And at JUNO, we're a values-based organization. In fact, one of our values, expect greatness. You can see it behind us. We have a 7E culture, which means there's 7 values that just drive our organization. Things like energy and ending well and expecting greatness. And when we think about community, we want to bring those values in. We want your community to be able to expect a great experience. We want them to be able to exchange energy and ideas. And we believe that the future world is an and world, which means there's going to be incredible progress that's made physically by connecting, and there's incredible progress that's going to be made digitally by connecting. And we want to facilitate those. And we want to use it through our human interest modeling, where we take people's declared interests and discovered interests and score them and bring them together. We just believe that the future is an amazing place where people will come together to solve ideas, to build relationships, to drive connection. And at JUNO, we are a full-scale platform, from our learning tools to our community tools to our virtual tools. And we want to bring those to you and allow you to discover those. So Peter is a dear friend of mine and our VP of sales, and he's going to help walk through all that. I'm going to go off camera, but I at least wanted to get on and say thank you for taking your time away from your job to try to find the right solution to create an incredible future where utility brings people together. So great to meet you. I'll still be hanging on, but just wanted to say thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. And everybody, we're really excited that you're here. We also have our wonderful Dana from our team in helping with questions as well. So we're going to have some time for Q&A at the end. So if you have questions along the way, throw them in there. We'll get to them at the end. And of course, if we don't get to it, we can always find a time afterwards as well. But yeah, my name's Peter Hodgen, and I help oversee our sales and partnerships here at JUNO. Really excited to just dive in deeper to what Josh just talked about, which is this idea of an and world. And you know, Josh and I both come from an extensive background of building digital communities over the last decade, from organizations like Hewlett-Packard and the United Nations. We've seen how community can have a massive impact on an organization. And one of the things we always talk about is, as an organization that is mission driven, making sure that your people are understanding, hey, what is my part in that? What is my shared responsibility in achieving this mission and vision of an organization? And so we believe that that is that participation, that and opportunity that they have. So we're going to dive into the platform. We're going to focus on our community tools, but as Josh mentioned, you know, we also do events and learning within our platform. And I think one thing that's really important here is, when we look at community, we don't look at your events or your learning as completely separate entities. We believe that all of that is a part of community. When it comes to attending a conference, whether that be an in-person event or it be a webinar, those are opportunities for people to come together in community, engage and connect. And when that moment ends, what's next? And that's where JUNO steps in. And so we're going to dive into some of these tools. But one of the first things I want to talk about with the JUNO platform is personalization. And it's really important to understand, when people come into our platform, we want to get to know them. And I'm just going to show some sample examples here, but let's dive into my profile. And of course, you know, basic things like name and email and password and all that good kind of stuff. If you want to put in your Twitter or Instagram information, I can come in here and say, who do I work for? You know, I work for JUNO. When am I going to be available, you know, online? We'll talk about that in a little bit when it comes to connecting and engaging. And then this is where things get fun. This is where you can create some custom questions that allow JUNO to start to personalize the experience. And all of us at this point, over the last couple of years, I'm sure during the pandemic, have binge watched a ton of different shows on Netflix and Hulu. And we're used to this idea of a platform serving us content, serving us things that we might be interested in. And so we might call that kind of the Netflix model, right? We're used to that with Amazon and all of those good things. But the problem with that is it takes time. I have to watch shows, I have to like shows or not like shows in order for it to start to get to know me. Well, the benefit of JUNO is we do that. Over time, we're going to get to know your behaviors, your actions, who you meet with, what content you view. But in the short term, when you first come into the platform, we can ask you some questions. So what are your interests? Let's say it's a conference. What are your interests for this conference? Or what skills are you trying to gain as an individual? Or what skills are you proficient at? And now when you jump into the platform, we can start to use that to push things to the top, like, hey, what's trending? Kind of like that Netflix model, right? What's hot? What is everyone looking at? But we can also start to make recommendations for you. And what's great about the platform is we can recommend not just events, but we can start to recommend content for you. And most importantly, we can start to recommend people for you. Today, we're talking about community, right? So when I come into the platform, let's jump into the directory. I can come in here and start to see some recommendations based on my answers to those questions. So I can say, hey, these are some recommendations. Now, if I want to dive deeper into more than just those 5, I can look and see all of the different types of people that I can connect with, right? And let's say I want to learn more about Renee. I can come in here and view her profile. And now I can start to see what are some of the things that we have in common, right? These are questions that she answered that I also answered that say, hey, she's interested in education or innovation or communication. So allowing me to get to know them before I even, have a conversation with them is really important. And then from there, I can start to have those conversations. So I can schedule meetings with people. I can come in, look at their calendar. It's going to let me know, of course, if they're busy or not. Looks like Renee is busy today. But I can come in, pick a day and time, and schedule a one-on-one video chat with her right in the platform. So again, community is all about those interaction points, quick, easy, make it easy for them to do. I can also send a message to that person, right? And I can create these moments in time where, let's see, I believe Dana is online. So I'm going to come in and say, hey, Dana, you can instant message with people right within the platform. So again, quick and easy ways for you to, hey, there she is, connect and engage with other people throughout the platform. I can also do a direct phone call with her if I want to. Again, making it easy for people to do that. So part of that is connecting with the right people. There also might be times where you're just like, hey, I just want to meet other people and I want to be able to come in. This is where you can create different filters and different views to find who you're looking for. So maybe I'm saying, you know what? I need help with event design, or I need help with hybrid. I can come in, I can select that, apply it, and now it's going to kick back to me, hey, these are people that can help me when it comes to hybrid. So I can send them a message and connect. Again, those are great opportunities. Second part that I want to talk about is our discussion forums. And these are really great for those deeper dive conversations within the community where you can come in and say, hey, what are people talking about? What are they interested in? And this can be, just a couple sample questions or sample forums that we have in here. But let's say I'm really interested in food and drink. So I come in here and I follow this, right? What's great about our system is now that I'm following this, anytime something happens within this forum world, I'm going to get a notification on the platform. And I'm also going to get an email that lets me know, hey, something's happening within this forum that you're interested in, right? Similar to social media, we want to be focused on those opportunities to bring people back into the platform. It's really important. So they can come in, they can follow those, they can dive in and see them. And these are great for those deeper conversations. So let's take a look at a couple of these just to see. Here's one that I posted, blueberry pancakes. I love to cook. And so, here's a sample of something that I posted. Hey, here's a recipe. People can come in, comment, talk, engage. You can see, likes, all of that good stuff. So again, those opportunities to dive deeper with other people. We then also have a little bit lighter connection point. Discussion forums are a little deeper. They're a little bit more, asynchronous. Social feeds are great for that real time, what's happening right now in my world. And this is where we create different opportunities, both during an event, for example, and just ongoing, where people can come in and connect with each other. So I posted a few minutes ago, hey, we're excited for the demo day. You can come in here, you can create posts, you can tag other people, so you can let them know, hey, this is what's happening. Maybe you posted a photo with them and you want to tag them. You want to attach media to that. You can do that all right here. And what's great about this is you also have the ability to segment based on groups, which we're going to dive into. So within the JUNO platform, we don't just have individual opportunities, but we also have group opportunities. So I created a sample group here with some of our amazing sales team. And these are customizable pages. So again, lots of different things that you can do with these, but you may want to just come in and say, hey, like, who are the other members? A lot of our association and society partners use this for their chapters. So if you have different chapters or different regions, or maybe you have different topical groups within your organization that people are a part of, you can create as many of these groups as possible. And this is where they can have these private conversations, everything from what's happening in their world. Maybe there's sessions that they want to post. Maybe they're doing an upcoming webinar, or they want to do something live on the platform. They can do that all right here. And of course, in the social feed, they can toggle back and forth between the global and their chapters. So again, quick and easy ways for them to connect. Next, I want to show a little bit of what the real-time community aspect looks like. And so we talked about those one-on-one meetings earlier. One of the big things we also do is a lot of breakout and opportunities to dive deeper into real-time conversations. So one of the benefits of our platform is we have our own streaming system. It's built right in. So whenever you create a new session or create a one-on-one meeting room, it all happens right here in the platform. It's instant, creates the room, and you're off to the races. You don't have to embed. You don't have to use any third party. And so it makes it really nice. So let's jump in. I think I got some team members here. Hey, there's some of my amazing team members. So I can jump in. Let me turn my other camera on. There I am. And so we can start to jump into these breakouts, and now we can have conversations, and you can have chat and Q&A and polls and all these fun opportunities. Man, Jarrett, looks like you are just enjoying life, brother. You got a beautiful background there. I love it. So the ability to quickly bring people together and have those conversations, whether these be planned or unplanned, JUNO is there to help bring people together. So let me check our time. How are we doing on time? We got a few minutes left. All right, I'm going to leave y'all. Actually, I'm going to show you something real quick. So if I jump out of that session, one of the cool things we have as well is our picture-in-picture, which is really cool just as people continue to navigate the platform. Maybe they jump over to another chat or conversation. They're able to continue to listen in, watch, and participate in those sessions. They can join or they can X out if they want. So again, really clean and simple to do that. So I'm going to just click out. And the last couple of things I want to talk about real quick are, like I mentioned earlier, that we believe are really important is your community is wanting to connect 365 days a year. And so that includes the things that we just talked about, but it also includes your events and your learning and your content. And so being able to come in and do things like your conferences, your webinars, your panels, your breakouts, anything right within our platform is crucial to being able to minimize the number of software platforms people have to use in order to maximize that engagement. And so being able to do that, and we can dive deeper into that. If you have questions or want a deeper demo, let us know. But then also being able to have all of your on-demand content. Think of this like your Netflix library. Josh talked about our 7 E's earlier, so I can come in and check out our 7 E's. I can view that content, but I can also dive deeper and I can take courses within here as well. And so that's what's great about this. And one of the things we found in the community world is, I showed you those groups earlier, is being able to take courses almost, as a group where you can say, hey, who else is taking this course? Maybe it's a 3-part course. Let's check out this one on connecting people. I come in and I can take this course, but I can also comment and share and engage with other people within my group. So again, I'm not just doing things in a silo, but I have the opportunity to do them with other people. And that's so, so crucial to, again, that engagement and connection. I know I'm running a little tight on time, so I want to jump to a couple other things. One of the other major things that we believe is powerful within the community world that we've seen work for a long time is gamification and achievement or badges. And so everything within our platform can be gamified. So as people join conversations, as they chat, as they share content, they can earn points. And you can also set up badges for them within the community to encourage each other to comment, to share, and engage, and they can earn those. So I see.
You have until 2:10, man.
Oh, I got until 2:10. I'm good. Okay. For some reason, I thought I had till 2. I was rushing.
Keep rolling,
So
brother.
Reggie's giving me some more time. I love it. Thanks, Reggie. I appreciate it.
We do have some great questions, Peter.
Yeah, let's dive into some questions. Yeah, Dana, let's do it.
Let's take a second and address Barbara and the rep from Informs. Those are similar questions. If you could talk a little bit about our path-based sites and how we're able to create groups of people and keep that content separate from maybe the access that another group of people is allowed to see, because both of them were asking about private groups.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, being able to, when they create their profile or when you bring their profile into our system, what's great about the JUNO platform is how easy it is for us to gate or kind of hide content based on who people are. So it's all just based on tags, and in its simplest form, you could say, let's say I'm a VIP member. I've paid for VIP. I have access to everything, right? I can view everything. But let's say Dana is a tier 1 member. Her profile will have that tag in it, and she will only be able to see what a tier 1 member can see or be a part of the groups that a tier 1 member can be a part of. And so that's what's really great about the JUNO platform. It's very quick and easy for us to do that. But it also offers opportunities for that upsell moment, right? So maybe they can see something and they can click on it and it's got a lock on it and says, hey, if you want access to this, you got to bump to that VIP level to get access to that content or to that group. So there's lots of ways that you can use that to your benefit to engage people. But yes, absolutely. And then kind of taking that one level further, you can also create different sites, microsites. So I'm a visual guy. I like to think of it like this, where it says our 70 cultures. That might be your main hub where your community lives and your courses and your learning. But then you have events or different things that need totally different audiences, totally different branding. You can do all of that within the same database, but have it be separate so that you're not mixing and matching people that aren't supposed to be there. So we can dive into that. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to show you how that works, but that's a great question.
Yeah, and it's a good point that if you have an event that certain people have registered for, all of that can happen right within JUNO as well, right? So that's a separate group. They have the event, it's a microsite, and it's all tied up through this community platform that can handle all the digital engagement. And speaking of those events, I had a good time seeing my own colleagues as you pop that up. And I think we answered Tim's question, but really it's those video calls and those, phone calls, they can happen one-on-one or with a group, right?
Yeah, 100%. So, if you just want to do audio, that phone call is kind of like a Slack, audio, great audio quality. If you're like, hey, I actually want to see the person, you can create a video room and invite them into it. And you can also do it as a group. So lots of flexibility there. And as you saw, the video quality was great. Of course, part of it depends on your internet. So as long as you have decent internet, but nowadays with all of us working remote, we're all pretty used to, we all have pretty good internet and we can hop into rooms. So again, really, really easy to use.
And it's nice to avoid Zoom sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes, yeah, definitely. Let's see. I saw this other question I wanted to hit on real quick was following versus joining a forum. So we're using different language here, but Sherry, to your question, following or joining a forum is kind of the same thing. We're just using different language. So you are joining that forum. Now, I think to dive deeper to your question, if you want to make that like private, like you can only have access to certain things, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier of maybe you can only see certain forums if you're a certain level member or something like that. So there are opportunities to create those different levels of access.
Yeah, and here we go with another one, Peter, that's really talking about revenue, right? So if we want to capture non-dues revenue as part of this community, we have it set up under that innovators tab so that you can have do you want to show the directory and how you can do paid listings within there? And you're right, Tim, that's such a big part of the whole ecosystem is serving your exhibitors and sponsors with the connections they need.
Yeah. And this is kind of to that point, I'll just show this real quick. This is what a partner page or a sponsor page looks like. You can use these for a lot of different reasons. Again, privacy, really important. So when people come to this, if they haven't answered this question already, do I want to share my contact information, right? Sometimes people don't. So, hey, I don't want to share my contact information with anybody. Or yeah, I do with the people I've interacted with. So now I can dive in and it's updating my settings and saying, okay, I can share my information. Great. Now, when I come in, I'm able to see more about either this company or this product. And this is what I call kind of a microsite. We give access to this company. So it's, it's JUNO. They can come in here and they can put in their products, their resources. This is their own little micro website within it. They can put their team in here. So let's say I want to talk with Megan. She's online, so I can talk now. Tim, to your question earlier, live video or audio. I can also schedule time. I can do live chat with the team as well. You can see Megan is in here in the room as an exhibitor. I can chat with her. But then they also have all of our front end tools. And there were a couple of questions in here about, can staff add or remove people to private groups and things like that? Yes, you can. So using our front end tools, it's very easy to make tweaks and changes to the platform. In this example, I'm just showing kind of how I come in and create, or edit my page. But then representatives, to your question, this is a little different, but if I wanted to add people or remove people, I just simply come in here and add or remove them. So very, very simple and easy to use.
And all of that content is tagged also, so that those become resources for any member of the
Correct.
community to, maybe pop up in that what's recommended for you personalized experience.
Correct. Yeah. So that's a great point, Dana. That user generated content, you probably feed a ton of articles on that. UGC, right, is great. So whether it's in the forums, it's a post, whether it's content created by your partners or outside resources, you can have all of these feed into that AI as well and say, hey, here's some more content we recommend to you, or here's some sessions we recommend that you join.
Yeah. And we've seen groups use, the partner sites to create their own groups. Maybe you're
Yes.
working with a brand that really wants to be part of your association community, and so they have their own group, right? And they're paying for
Yep.
that. Maybe there's looking for branding opportunities, so they have ads within the community platform, right? Or they're leading a talk once a month or
Yep.
something. Lots of fun opportunities with the tech.
Absolutely.
And with the gamification, if you have a deal with a partner and you want to incentivize people to go visit their page or do something that involves that partner, guess who gets more points?
Yeah,
for doing
right.
those things, right?
For doing those things, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah. And being able to do different, badges as well. Badges was a thing way back in the day that was kind of creative. It's still here. And people still love it. We see the data behind it, and people love earning badges. So, for example, you might create the encourager badge. That's just one that we've seen. Hey, if you go and you comment on 10 people, you earn level 1 encourager badge, right? You're out there, you're commenting, you're engaging, you're encouraging. And then maybe you give them a gift card. Hey, we're going to take one out of the 100 people this month and give you a gift card for being an encourager. Awesome. So there's lots of ways to create those moments of engagement with your community.
Yeah, and get people coming back. Right? Because
Exactly.
that's something that's super important with these community sites.
Yep.
Some awesome questions that we're seeing here. Reggie, we might have to beg for more time. But one there from Barbara, does this become your website or is this a separate website? And I always ask that question. I'm always pondering that, because the site that Peter is demoing is actually a community site for JUNO, but we also have a junolive.com website, right? So I think as we move forward in tech, you'll have to see, because all of the resources and the blog information and your staff pictures and all of your webinars, they could all be right here inside this platform you're showing us, Peter, right?
Yeah, 100%. And we already have some partners that are moving that direction. We continue to add new things to our platform. So in the next 6 months, we're going to add a couple cool new features. I'll leave it at that. We'll tease them. Dana, your marketing team, I want to let you get those out there. But absolutely, eventually, JUNO could be a complete full replacement for your platform, for your website, platform, events, webinar. I mean, literally everything. And so that's the hope. And we know from the statistics that click fatigue is a real thing. And so if people have to log into 4, 5, 7 different platforms to get access to what they need, they just won't do it. We want to make it easy for them to connect with people, to connect with the content that's going to help them, and to connect with the events and experiences that they actually want to participate in.
Yeah. So there's a great question there from Vincent that goes back again to those groups or those cohorts. If you can, maybe you want to show that JUNO sales group again, because that's really like our cohort.
Yeah.
of people, Vincent, and you can see like how the interaction there on the group page, Peter.
Yep.
How they can do, you can be sending messages
sorry,
and have forums just within there, and you can,
Yeah.
post documents and share
Yep.
those just with your group.
Yeah.
So yes,
think
the
of
answer to that question is yes, you can have a subgroup.
Yes, you can have a subgroup, and kind of think of these as your group homepages. And so you can tweak and change these to whatever you want to show, whether it's content, sessions, people. Again, using AI, one of the cool things we have is, let's say there's courses or something people are taking or sessions. You can say, hey, group set, like here's sessions that other people are attending from your group, right? And then of course, within your social feed, you have the ability to have this private chat. This is where you can drop content, drop resources, share, anything that you want to share specifically with your group. But I did want to show within a session what another cool feature that we have,
Great.
which is being able to tweak and change as well. So I'm part of the sales team. So if I want to chat, let's say I'm in a webinar or an event or a breakout, and there's Megan, and there's 5,000 people in the room. I don't want to chat with all 5,000 people. I just want to chat with my sales team. I can do that. So there's Megan. She's part of my sales team. Great. And so I can say, hey, and now she and I are just chatting within this private window of just the sales team. So again, that's what's great is you can kind of that group that you're within kind of follows you throughout the platform and the different experiences that you have. Let's see, Reggie, I know we got a couple minutes left, so I want to hit as many of these questions as we can. Dana, let's see, did we?
Look, someone is giving you some emojis there on your.
Yeah, Dana, good call. Megan's giving us some emojis. This is actually one of our most popular features for speakers, to be able to get some feedback in real time and just enjoy sessions.
And one of the groups we've been pulling together, Peter, is our flight commanders. You're wearing the flight commanders jacket right now, the JUNO jacket. That's for all of our clients, and they are able to talk with each other and interact like that. So I think that everybody on this call probably understands that part of feeling like you are part of the community is where your people are, where your niche is, right? Like, what is your chapter, or what's your SIG, or maybe it's your young professionals or people who like to run. And so because of the rich history that JUNO's founders have in community software, building in all of that expertise about human connection really shows up in this technology.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to have you.
I was just going to say our 5 pillars of community is a great read for any of you that, again, we're talking about community today. So if you drop your business card in here or just shoot us a note, I'm more than happy to send that to you. It's a great piece on just what are the 5 core pillars that I need to think about and make sure that I'm focused on when it comes to building my community. Great read. We'll send it out to you. Give it a look. If you have questions, let us know, but super awesome. And we've been using that for over a decade for communities from a couple hundred people to millions that we've built in the digital space. So it works for every size, which is great.
Awesome.
I'm going to say bye to Megan.
About the business cards and about, our history in community and the 70 culture of JUNO.
Yep, exactly. Vincent, we'll get you that 5 pillars of community.
So you guys didn't tell me that Dana was so animated. She's pretty animated over there.
She is awesome, man. She is awesome.
Oh man.
I'm surprised.
I'm not even,
Reggie, she wasn't always like that.
Italian.
Reggie, she wasn't always like that. She got involved in the 7E culture, and
okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I even have my yes and poster up to go back to you, Josh. And we're living in an and world. Absolutely. And having come from a physical events world and now in the community technology space here with JUNO, it's a fun time, Reggie. I can't help myself.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's so interesting now. And I'm going to play back part of the conversation you guys had about whether or not this could eventually be somebody's website or this could be somebody's home for their organization. I think we're in that space now where a lot of associations are really thinking about their ecosystem and what needs to be at the center of it. And that's changed from 10, 15 years ago. So I for one, am happy to see this. I'm going to get these guys on to the next demo, but thank you guys so much. Josh, I will see you on the 11th.
I can't
I
wait.
hope to see the rest of the team down in Nashville. So thanks for being here, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Take
Thank
care.
you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.